Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cynthia Febriani. I'm class A1 English Department 5th semester. I want present about developmental patterns, order and sequence in second language acquisition. First, there are three methods for investigating developmental patterns. First, samples of naturally occurring learner language are collected. Second, obligatory occasion for the use of specific TL features are identified in data. Third, then percentage of accurate use of the feature is the calculated by establishing whether the feature in question has been supplied in all the contexts in which it is required. And developmental patterns in L1 acquisition. 1. It has provided L2 researchers with useful methodological procedures for investigating developmental patterns in learning language. 2. L1 acquisition orders and sequences provide a baseline for considering L2 acquisition orders and sequences. Developmental patterns in second language acquisition. Point, the early stage. Point 1, the silent period. The silent period is necessary for the young child needs to discover what language is and what it does. One possibility is that the silent period provides learners with opportunities to prepare themselves for social use of the L2B means of private speech, which they engage in while they are silent. 2.2 Formulaic speech. Formulaic speech consists of expression. Formulaic speech has been observed to be very common in L2 acquisition, particularly in the early stage. It figures frequently in the speech of all learners, irrespective of their age. It is possible, therefore, that formulas are slowly unpicked, releasing valuable information which is fed into the knowledge system the learner uses to produce and understand creative speech. Point 3. Structural and semantic simplification. In comparison with formulaic speech, the learner's early creative utterances are typical truncated, consisting of just one or two words with both grammatical factor and content words missing. There is some evidence to suggest that learners, particularly children, tend to begin speaking first in single-word utterances and then in increasingly longer utterances, many of which are novel. The acquisition of morpheme, order and sequence. The morpheme studies were carried out to investigate the order of acquisition of grammatical functors such as article and inflectional features such as plural. Point, the acquisition of individual morphemes pronoun learners do not progress from a state of non-acquisition to a state of acquisition, but rather pass through a series of stages. And the next point, the L2 and L1 hypothesis. The concern is whether the fundamental principles that underlie L1 and L2 are the same, and whether the language acquisition deficit which mentalists claim is responsible for L1 acquisition is available to L2 learners. The similarities in learner language in L1 and L2 acquisition are perhaps most pronounced in the early stage of development. The process by which individual morphemes are acquired displays both similarities and differences. The similarities between L1 and L2 acquisition are strongest in syntactical structures. Okay, I think enough about my presentation, the material developmental pattern. I'm thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.